Hello, hello, hello. How are you? My name's Melanie and welcome to my show. I hope I'm live now, so I'm just going to wait and see if anyone joins us. Okay. So, what I'd like to start with is I've been looking at um, I've been looking at some energies before I start individually. Hello. Hello, Julie. Hi, Nikita. Lovely names. Hello, welcome. As I say, my name is Melanie Wellard, and I'm speaking to you from the UK. So it's a bit chillier here, so I'm wrapped up a bit warmer. But I wanted to start. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Belinda. Welcome. Hi, Lisa, Samantha. Thank you so much for joining me. So I'm going to now be here every Wednesday evening. So it's morning for me here. So it's 10:30 in the morning. So it's quite interesting. I'm at the beginning of my day, you're at the end of your day. But I wanted to look to start with at the energies that are going on for all of us at the moment before I look to see where I'm drawn to do it individually, because I also want to say to you that as I'm doing readings for you individually, I want you to listen out, because I'm very much told by my guides that there are messages that will go for one person that are also for others as well. And what my real focus will be on where your blocks are at this precise time. What's holding you back in life? What's that mountain in front of you that's stopping you moving forward? And what's interesting is the words I pull. I sort of pull cards every day to see um, generally what the energy is. And I also do something. You can look me up on my website, on my page. The details are below in the comments, and or join my profile page. And I do something called Mel's Morning Musings, which are sort of inspirational. I go to the woods. As you can see, I like the trees, and I do these inspirational little talks that hopefully support many people, and they seem to be becoming very popular. So I'm just going to start with that energy that I'm feeling for all of you, that I feel is a message that needs to come across. And it's interesting how this has come across in two different ways. And the first card I pull these little inspirational cards every day, is faith. Now, that may be, we always think of the word faith as being um, could be a religious faith, a spiritual faith. But what I feel here is really important is about looking for faith in yourselves. All right. I really think it's important to see that faith in yourself, and to boost others, to say that you have faith in them. All right. Because I feel that we all really need this at the moment. And the reason for this, the next one I pulled, is transformation. And as you can see, it's journeys from the light, from the dark to the light. And that's what I feel we're in need of at the moment. And I feel this is the journey that we're actually on. So the third one I pulled was play. And the important thing here is to keep it light. We need to raise our vibration as much as is possible at the moment to play. One thing I love doing is I love dancing, moving about the room. I'm a chakra dance facilitator, but I also just love movement. It really does help. It's not just because it makes you feel good. And even if you don't have to be able to dance, it's about moving your body. As a healer, I can see where movement clears stagnant energy. All right. So okay, without further ado, now it's interesting. As I was going to link in with you all, I've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different sets of cards for you today, okay? Because I feel that you're all going to need different things, all right? So let me just see where I am drawn to start with. Okay. Right, okay. Nikita. Now, what I will do is I will see where I'm drawn, okay? So, but as I say, keep your ears open, because I do feel that as I'm doing the readings for one person, I feel the messages could resonate with many. All right. So let me just see. Okay, Nikita, if I can ask you, just as we start, just take a deep breath and link in with me, just to relax. It allows a much stronger link to take place. And I'm just going to see, I'm going to look at, I'm feeling at the moment that you're quite blocked. You're feeling very stuck at the moment. All right. I'm seeing you almost like you feel like your feet are stuck in the mud. It just feels like whatever you're trying, you can't get out. You just feel that you're not finding a way forward. Okay. Is what an overwhelming feeling I'm picking up straight away here. So let me just see. Okay, well, straight away, what I've picked up for you is surrender low self-esteem. And I feel, Nikita, that makes sense to you. But what I'm particularly picking up here is this is what's keeping you stuck. Okay, I feel that this is what's keeping your feet stuck in the mud. All right. Bless you. If you don't mind, also, I will offer healing as I do this. So to just help lift that energy. And it's what I do. I do a combination package when I work with people. I tend not to just stick to one thing, because I feel a reading only goes so far. It can tell you what a psychic or medium sees. I'm both. So I can tell you what I see, but it's the coaching and the healing that helps you actually to move forward from that. So I just feel here that I'm feeling like there could be somebody in your life that's holding you back. I feel that you're stuck in your thinking over a particular situation or relationship, and you're just feeling like you're almost too frightened to make a decision, but it's the not making the decision that is actually holding you back, if that makes sense. I'm just going to pull a card for you from here. Oh, one flew out there. Okay, right. Two flew out there for you. So it's interesting because I've also got the heart chakra, and this is where I feel that I feel this is a heart issue. Okay, I feel that this is a relationship, and it just feels like you're trying to do everything you can to fix it. I'm also getting here that because of this issue of the low self-esteem, I feel that this is also very much a relationship with yourself. It's almost like you it's like you can sometimes project that onto others, if that makes sense, that you're not getting what you need. But it's almost like I want to give you such a big hug, because it just feels to me that it's building up that self-esteem, and it's giving that love to yourself is where you're going to find your way forward. And I'm not saying that's easy, and that's where a transformational journey needs to take place. But I also feel here that what's interesting is you've also got trust here. And what I'm getting here is very much look at the picture in this one, because again, that's opening the heart. It just feels to me that through a lot of past pain, a lot of feels like your poor heart has been so battered over the years, and it just feels like you've got to start taking those steps to start trusting yourself and others, because I feel you can almost have a cynical approach to, well, everyone's going to let me down, all right, because it's happened before. And I feel the journey needs to come to be able to open that heart again, because what happens is as we get hurt, we can start putting up layers, we start putting up blocks. Okay, and I just feel for you, my love, that it's time. I want to sort of soothe that. It feels like just want to remove some of that shielding that's gone on. But I also feel I'm being shown now that this is also bigger issues, and it feels like bigger issues in the world are sort of weighing you down. And I want to sort of put it that way. It's almost like I want to put, that's where I want to put the shield. It's interesting. I want to take the shield from your heart that's putting that up with other people, and I want to actually put that shield around you to protect you. I feel you want to withdraw from the drama of the outside world. Does that make sense? It feels like the work needs to take place internally, but that's going to help if you actually start blocking out some of the drama, not engaging in the drama of the outside world. Okay, I feel that you can get drawn into this. All right. So I would say step at a time. All right. I want to say, please be kind to yourself here. I really do feel that you can be harsh on yourself. I do feel that you can berate yourself quite a lot, and that does come from the situation of the low self-esteem. So I also very much work with the angelic realms, and I really, if you're open to it, I do request that my angelic guides do come down and wrap you just in their cloak of protection and love at the moment. And it's up to you to allow that. Okay, they will never ever force their attention or love on you. They're waiting in the wings, but literally in the wings. So but as I say, if you can see, oh, wrong way. If you can see the cage, the bird cage here, there we go. Oh, look, I can actually get it. So if you can see the bird cage here, it feels like you're in a self-imposed cage. But if you look there, the door is open. All right, the door is open and you're ready to fly free. You just need to give yourself permission to move forward in your life. Okay. I hope that actually helps you, Nikita. Okay, so let me just see where I go from here. Welcome, everybody. Melissa, Kirsty, Suzanne, hi. Oh, this freezes quite a lot, doesn't it? Hey. Okay, what I would say, I think somebody is trolling the page, so please ignore anyone that is actually asking you to go somewhere else. They are not approved by this page. Okay, so please just ignore anyone that is spamming the page. All right. Okay. All right. Lisa McFadden. Okay, Lisa, you'd like some guidance around the sale of the property and purchase of another. Okay, I will look at that specifically, but as I say, and I'll look at also any blocks that are going on with you. Okay, right, use these ones for you. Actually, I'm actually just going to link in psychically with you at the moment. Right, it just feels like it's been stuck for a while, and it's like you're just watching the traffic go past, and no one seems to be stopping. But I am being shown that it's almost like it's imminent, that there is some, if it hasn't happened already. So I feel that it has been going on some time. But I do feel for you that there is somebody, if not immediately now, in the near future, that is very, very interested. Okay. And it's interesting. I would want to say to you, have you already seen where you're going? All right, because I'm seeing a very clear picture of what you're wanting and what you're going for. So if that hasn't materialized, it feels like you're going to get, which is lovely for me to say, it feels like you're going to get what you want. I hate using this word because I hate it myself, but just be a little bit more patient. And I want to say, I don't know whether you do it, but have you cleared your house energetically? Have you, do you use sage, or you can use sound? Do you have a bowl? I just feel there's a need to almost say goodbye to the property, for some reason I'm picking up that you're clinging on. All right, I'm actually feeling that you're actually clinging on to it for some reason. So there's that's what's almost keeping you stuck. I just want to see what that might be. Okay, I've actually got here, surrender your desire to control people. All right, but I also feel that there's a bit here of controlling the situation, being a bit rigid around it. Okay, so I want to get a bit more free flowing, a bit of trust going on there. It's almost like there's an affirmation that I'd love to give you here, which is what is mine will not pass me by. All right, having faith that we talked about faith earlier, having faith that that is coming to you. Okay, because I can see that transaction happening, but for some reason I'm seeing you're stuck. It's sort of you're clinging on a bit tightly, and we need to just be able to let go. And when, especially as we're transitioning from one place to another, you need to be able to properly say goodbye. And if we're feeling, I'm getting a mix of good and bad memories in the place where you're moving from. And I keep wanting to use that moving from, so you definitely are moving. Is because sometimes it can be the good or the bad memories that are keeping us stuck, which is why I'm saying that you need to say goodbye. I'm actually being shown here by my guides here for you to write a letter to your house. Okay, this might seem strange, but write a letter to your house, thanking it for all that it's given you, good and bad memories, good and bad experiences. Everything will have taught you something. So I feel that you should sit quietly, and if you've then, it's almost like write the letter first and then go outside and safely burn it and let it go, and then go round and do some clearing. If you don't have any actual objects, if you don't have sage, if you don't have a bowl of, it can be sound, just clapping. We can go into every corner and clap and just say thank you and goodbye. All right, and this feels to me that this is then going to help you just release it. And then I do see you. I do see you moving. Yeah, I'm just going to have a look at that, where you're going, where you're actually going. It has a lovely feeling to me. Yeah, I feel that you're, it's allowing yourself to be happy with the change. All right. It just feels like it's going to bring you such joy. But again, there's a feeling of being a bit stuck to the past, which is why I was being shown for you to clear that out. Because it feels like this is a risk for you. It feels like, oh, I don't know, I'm not quite sure. There's like you really, really want to, and then you're hesitating. I just keep getting this mixed feelings, I suppose is the best way to put it, if that makes sense. And which is why you need to come to peace with letting go and taking that risk, because you've got the risk card here with the joy guides, okay? And it's important to see it, that this is going to be a joyful experience, but it is a risk. Any change feels like a risk, all right? But it's, if we stay stuck, then, so we can be physically doing something in the physical world to move us forward, but if our internal dialogue is what's holding us back, then actually we then don't shift necessarily in the physical world. We can take action, but if inside of us the belief and the thought patterns are the opposite, then that's what is blocking. So I do feel that if you just do some actions like that, and look forward to it with joy, just go for it. It's going to be an adventure, and it's going to be lovely. So just have patience with the normal things that take place once you've done those activities, and then just have a bit of patience, because there's the outside world often moves slower than we think. But I'm certainly I'm being shown spring flowers. I don't know when that spring would be for you. I'm being shown this is the British spring. Okay, so we'll be moving into that in just a few weeks, so that will be nice. So yeah, just flow with it. All right, just keep letting it go with love, and then move on to your new place with an open heart and with excitement. All right. I just want to say let go of the nervousness of it. All right. I know, again, easier said than done, but sometimes we just need to just say, fine, I'll let go and I'll trust moving forward. All right. Bless you. I hope that has helped. Okay. Let's see who we've got. And as I say, please, to the people that are spamming the page, just to let you know, they will be blocked, but just to let them know they're not approved by the page. Okay, so, okay, Donna Ireland. Thank you, Kirsty. Thank you. Lovely to have you join me as well. I would like to just point out that it's funny, isn't it, in our world, how there are people that do feel that they just sort of would want to ride on the back of others' hard work, don't they? So I suppose, and I'm just going to say this because my guides are speaking to me here about people that do come in and do join here when they haven't actually paid for their space, they're not invited, and it would be like the having a party and you've invited all your guests, and then all of a sudden someone just walks into your party and eats your food and drinks your drink, and there are always going to be those people, but um, my guides are saying, you know, the energy that that gives out, and therefore because that's how they started, the energy that they then pass on to others is not necessarily coming from a light space. Okay, so obviously everyone has their free will, but just to say that. Right, okay, so Donna, let's see where your blocks are. Okay, my love, so again, if I can ask you just to take a deep breath. If all of you can do that with me, let's just relax here. Just take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's all relax and connect. I would like to say to all of you, thank you so much for the welcome, but I just wanted to say to you, you're all giving off the most wonderful energy. I feel like I'm home in joining all of you, so I've been very excited about coming here, and it's so wonderful, isn't it, that we're together and the miles need nothing. We are connected. I am so excited by technology, the way it allows us to connect. So, Donna. Okay. Just going to link in with you, Donna, and just see what I'm picking up here. Okay, Donna. Straight away, my love, I've got a lot of tears here. I just feel, again, a bit of a feeling a bit hopeless and helpless here. Okay. And it's lovely. Again, I'm just asking my guides and angels, they're coming in. It's like your head is down and they're just bringing it up a bit. They want you to look up. It's like looking up to the sun. Okay, let the sun shine in. They're just giving you this comfort. It's like somebody holding you, supporting you. So I don't know whether you yourself communicate with your guides, but I do feel that yeah, it's like allowing it. So I'm just going to see more detail here as to where you're blocked. Okay. Right, well, straight away here, what you've got is surrender stress, but you've then got surrender fear. Okay. And I'm showing you the both because it's like they both go hand in hand. It's like the fear is causing the stress, if that makes sense. Now, obviously, there are many reasons that that's going to have caused that for you, but it's why they're picking you up is because what I'm feeling here is it's almost like you've allowed your mind to take over. All right, if that makes sense. You've just allowed your mind to just dominate. And so I just feel that, I mean, there's many techniques and things that I could advise you for, but certainly I want to say that word that I used right at the beginning, play, the playfulness. It feels like you've allowed life to get far too serious, because even in the most awful situations, if we can find, I always look for something to just lift me, to laugh at, to and what it does is, if we can engage in these things, it's going to help raise your vibration, and then you can start to see things differently. But as we allow the fear in, it just closes us down, and then the stress on the body just gets worse. Okay, so I feel that you do need to be attending to, I want to say, your physical self as well. Does that make sense? I really feel that you need to yeah, I feel that you've been neglecting yourself physically as well. Does that make sense, Donna? Um, I'm getting that you've not it's stuff you're putting into your body. All right. So I'm just seeing that you need to really be mindful of that. And I feel that I'm just being shown almost opening the cupboards, and I've got my angels here going through them, going, oh, not that, oh, not that. Okay, we're going to put some of that in and some of that in, and so I'm just being drawn to the nutritional side. Okay, so all of these play a part in lifting us up. All right. Now, I do feel as well that there's a deeper stress here going on, and it's almost it's something that's been also adding to this, that I feel that there's a sense of loss here, that I'm picking up, and I want to say here, this is where I feel the need to call for help. You've got surrender to divine timing. It's almost like you're being very impatient with yourself, of trying to get over something. Okay, and it feels to me that that's where the kindness comes into yourself. All right, I really do feel that I feel almost quite choked up here. All right, I feel tears coming here, and I just feel you're holding a lot in. I feel that there's stuff that needs to come out. You need to say what you feel. If you feel you can't actually speak that to anyone else at the moment, you could try writing it down. Okay, but it needs purging. It just needs letting out. All right. Oh, my love. Okay. Right. I'm just going to see what main message from the angels is coming in here for you. Okay, well, okay, so different pack, you've also got divine timing. You've got divine timing and divine timing. All right, so this just feels that I want to say you really need to take a breath and give yourself that kindness, give yourself that support, reach out to somebody. If you're interested in working on yourself more, then just contact me and we can talk about that. But I just feel that it's like you're trying to rush your healing. All right, you're trying to get over something really quick because you just don't want that feeling there. And I feel that if you can just allow yourself a much deeper kindness, a much more support to yourself, then I just feel that you're going to take much bigger steps forward. All right. I've given you a couple of tips there, but it feels like I do feel that you need to, that it's like you need to take stock. It's like sitting down and saying, okay, what changes can I bring about? What is realistic for me to bring about? How can I take one step at a time? All right, and that's where having a coach sometimes helps, because someone that can help you see that and then hold you accountable to that. But it just feels like you're just trying to, it just feels like you're drowning in all of it, my love. And it's not realistic to have it all change at one go. All right, but it's like what I'm being shown is they're sort of holding out their hand to help you to then take it one step at a time. All right, my love. Okay, I've just been asked to also pull you an affirmation card, which may help you. Okay. This may help lots of others as well. Okay, this is for you, Donna. Oh, wow. Okay, this is what I mean about you being, it's almost like you've shut yourself in. I let my light shine. It's time to come out of that dark place. It really is time to let them lift your head up to the sun. Okay, remember they're trying to help you with that. And on the other side, it says, I am wonderful. I rejoice in the truth of my being. I accept it as so and let it be. I am wonderful. Say it after me. I am wonderful. I rejoice in the truth of my being. I accept it and so, as so and let it be. I accept it as so and let it be. I think we could all do with that one, couldn't we? That's beautiful. So bless you, my love. I do wish you well. And I will, if you don't mind, I will, if everyone who's on here doesn't mind, I would also like to just add you into my healing prayer for all of you. So as long as you're okay with that, that'll be fine. Okay. Where else we're going? These don't go as fast as you want, do they? They keep freezing, so I do apologize. Okay, Christy. This is Christy Pasalic. Have I pronounced that right? Christy. Okay, my love. Right, if I can just ask you again, take a deep breath and just focus in on my energy. Okay. I'm going to use some different cards with you, Christy. I get a lovely, it's interesting, I get a lovely serene feeling with you, Christy. I feel that you are very spiritual yourself, and I'm getting a sense of in love feeling with you, but it seems like it hasn't quite come into your life yet. So it's an interesting concept they're showing me. So you're either holding someone off through fear. It just feels like, so even if that is someone around you, it feels to me that it's somehow that you're holding it away from yourself, if that makes sense. But I'm not getting I'm going to have a look, because I'm not getting a clear reason why. There doesn't seem to be any real reason why you want to hold this love away from you. So I'm just going to see what's coming up here. Okay. Sorry, I just used some other cards as well here. So straight away, I'm getting the base chakra issue, and I'm getting this is around a sense of feeling insecure. I feel that this is, you're frightened because you're very balanced. I feel that you're a very balanced soul, and it's even taking you by surprise. It just feels like I want to jump in, but I'm not sure. And you're used to flowing with things. It feels like you normally take life pretty much in your stride. And I want to say, just keep flowing with it. I want to say, don't hold it back. It's not like you're holding up a real block to it, but yeah, you're just not wanting to take that next step. Okay. Right. Okay, I've got here the storyteller. So this is about the storyteller is about I feel it is, you're telling yourself untruths about what this situation is. And we can do that. It just feels like you're telling yourself a story that keeps this situation away from you. So it's a story to do with it's unsafe. It's a story to do with I'm not safe if I go in this direction. But that's what it is. It's a story. I'm just getting whatever dialogue is going on in your mind is not correct. All right, it is a story, and I think you know that in your heart. It's like I want to take you from your head and the insecurity of your base chakra and bring it into the heart chakra, and then that will open it up. Because I just want to say to you, yeah, look. So I even pull for you the Holy Spirit family. This is like opening up. This is having trust and faith. Go for it. All right. I want to say, don't hold back anymore. It's, this is like the opposite of saying take things one day at a time or a step at a time. I'm just feeling you've done too much of that holding back. This feels like it's time to really jump in. All right. It's time to let go of the stories of the past. All right, write a new story. I really feel that it's time for you to write a new chapter. All right, but you write it as you're doing it. I don't want. Okay, I just got a message there saying don't just write it like people write a novel, so that you step outside of life, but you write a book about what you dream about. This feels like immersing yourself, being the book. Okay, and that's nice. I'm just being shown, be the book, jump in. All right. Because I feel just great joy for you ahead of this. Okay. Right. Thank you. Just going to take a sip here. Lovely. Okay. See. Bianca. Okay, welcome. Okay. Bianca, just take a couple of deep breaths, my lovely, and just focus in. Bianca, do you have a strong connection to the angelic realms? I'm just feeling that you have a good working relationship with them, is what I'm told here. Okay. Bianca, have you been having problems around, I'm being drawn to your solar plexus, your stomach area? Have you been having digestive issues? I'm getting sort of like uncomfortable feelings around there. Okay. Let's see what they've got for you. Okay. Right. I'm just hesitating here. I'm just trying to get, there's quite an in-depth issue going on with you here. But I do pick up the wisdom with you that you know that that what you've been going through, and I feel that it has been really tough. But it's like you're very good at seeing the lessons that comes out of this. You're able to, you've got learning experience here. And what I'm feeling here is that you're able to sort of take a step back and take note of what you've learnt from it. And I feel that you've been doing a huge amount of work on yourself from a spiritual point of view. I feel that you're really, really developing, and you've come a huge long way. But here's the thing. Sometimes when we're doing a lot of spiritual work, we can get caught up in some of the phrases that are used a great deal. And we can talk the talk, but we're not necessarily doing the work on ourselves. All right. So I feel that it's almost like you're working on being positive, you're going with the flow, you're doing all these things, you're connecting with spirit. But at the same time, it's like you're ignoring the pain that's going on. Does that make sense? Almost like you're saying, oh, I'm okay because I am connected and therefore I'm not allowed to have this. And the message I'm getting through here is that you have been doing the work. You've been doing so well, but you are also allowed to feel that emotion. Okay, it doesn't mean when you're working on yourself, it doesn't mean you deny it. All right, so it's almost like you're suppressing it and saying, oh, I must stay positive, I must stay in the light, I must stay and working on this, but it just feels like there's some stuff deep down that you need to bring out and have a look at. All right, but gently. All right. And I just feel here that you've got ease and grace, and I feel that you are so protected. And I do feel, as I say, I do feel that you work with the angels, and I feel that they are working with you step by step. But it's almost like you're saying, oh, I'm not allowed to feel negative, I'm not allowed to feel down. Yes, you are. That's being a human being, and you need to look at that gently. All right. Ask your guides and angels to help you with that, but don't be ashamed to lift it out. All right, because it just feels like that's what's blocked. I can just feel this blocked energy around your heart area. And it's like, no, I'm over that, that's fine, that's all done with. Well, it's still there. So don't be frightened, all right, to let it out. Look, and you've got it again. So you've got ease and grace here. This is what I love at the way the angels work with me, is that it's that confirmation. I'm using lots and lots of different types of cards, as well as working from a psychic and mediumship point of view. But you've got ease and grace, and then you've also got grace and the Holy Spirit. All right. So this feels like they're helping you walk in a state of grace. And it's wonderful, but you are also, it's okay for you to, let yourself off. It is okay for you to have an off day. Is that all right? So I hope that helped. Okay, right. So I'll just see who else I've got here. Ray Louise. Ray, that's a nice name. Ray Louise. Okay, all right. We were visited by an angel in a dream. How beautiful. I would love some insight. Okay, well, I think straight away then I'm going to use the angel cards. Just take a deep breath, my love, and we'll just see where we go. Now, I have been told that there's no one after me, so if I go over, that's okay. All right, so I'm not in any rush. All right, so right, I'm feeling a strong presence of Archangel Michael around you, but it's like he brought in, what's interesting is he accompanied in your guardian angel, okay? And I'm being shown here that it's about an acknowledgement of you acknowledging that there is a great deal, accept their protection and their love. All right. Sorry, I'm just seeing what he's bringing you. Right. I was trying to work out what it was. It was like he's bringing in like an urn and flowing the water. So I was just asking what that is signifying. Um, and it is about, if that makes sense, to try and go with the flow a bit more. All right. I do feel that you're holding on very tightly, trying to control everything, and you're getting very stressed because you can't control everything. All right. So it feels like just let go. All right. Just, I know we say that statement. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. Surrender doesn't mean giving up. It means actually just acknowledging of working with spirit, of allowing yourself more comfort, more ease. Of it's a bit like, as I say, if you came across a big mountain, you can either start hacking away and trying to climb it, and some people like to try that way. What's the hardest way? It's like, but around the mountain is a lovely river, and you could just float around it. Okay, does that make sense? That's the imagery that they've just given me. So I'm just going to have a look a bit deeper into this. Okay. Oh, they're coming up with the same things again and again here. I'm just pulling from two different packs here. Right, so this makes sense. This is just confirming what I've said, because again, we've got the faith card. All right. So it feels like they're asking you to have a bit more faith in them, but also in yourself. Does that make sense? Now, I feel that you've been getting some insights and communications, but you're not trusting it. You're like, don't know, and then doubting it. And then the problem is when the doubt sets in, then all of a sudden, when when the doubt sets in, you then start to back away and then totally throw it to one side. So that's the danger of, it's not about blind faith. All right, it's always good to question when you're working with spirit. I always do. I always challenge them. But it's almost like that is holding you back, because you've also got joy and contentment. And what I'm being shown here is that they want to work with you to take you on your life journey, where again I feel like you're hesitating stepping out into a new experience. I am being shown here that there's a new opportunity coming up for you. If you're not already been shown it, and is that what you're hesitating? It feels like you can jump into the new, but you're holding yourself back, and it's all around this trust element of the work you're doing with spirit, but also in therefore going forward. So I'm also getting here, I don't know whether you've been thinking of, either if you're not already working for yourself, you're thinking of a new enterprise is the words that I'm getting here, going on a new enterprise. So it just feels like, this is where I keep getting shown the faith. It's faith in yourself. For you, it's faith in them to help guide you. They're working with you. I'm being shown that you're in partnership with spirit. You've been doing a lot of work here. And I just feel that it's trusting that that protection is there for you, and that they're showing you to enable for them to help. It's almost like you're in a boat floating down that river, but you're paddling. It's like your oars are going, you're trying to go upstream rather than just surrender a bit more and let yourself go with it. So it's almost like waiting for the right time for something, being a bit patient, waiting till that comes up, and then moving. So you're still moving forward, but you don't need to keep pushing against that mountain. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. That's why they've given you. I just thought I've got obviously another one of you here. Surrender, let go of your low self-esteem. That's why you had the faith card. This is just the opposite side of it. Have more faith in yourself. All right, because somebody once said to me, I'm going to do that, I'm going to work with you when I've got more confidence. And as I said, it's the jumping off, it's the taking the risks. We spoke earlier with someone about taking the risk. It's by taking the risks, it's by throwing ourselves into our new experiences, even if we feel terrified. All right. that's part of it. Excitement and feeling frightened can be about taking on something new, are a very fine line between the two. All right. But if we just stay safe, stay under the duvet, then we're not going to actually launch ourselves forward ever. And we're all here to live life. All right. Rather than stand on the sidelines. All right. So that's what I'm feeling for you, is to um, allow yourself to flow forward. And I just feel something really exciting, a lovely new enterprise coming up for you. So be interested to know what that might be, because it feels really good. All right. Um, yeah. And also, and I'm sorry, I was just looking there because I'm just getting, and just be open to those messages that are coming to you. All right. Just be open, because they are trying to communicate with you. Um, and the fact that you had, I saw Archangel Michael coming in with your guardian angel, there's that extra support coming in. So don't be frightened to ask for help as well, because they'll never push that on you. All right. So, but they are, if you had any doubt, they are definitely around you. Okay. I hope that helps, my love. Bless you. Okay. Melissa, you resounded with one of the readings as well. That's great. Okay. Jessica. Jessica? Okay. So again, as I said at the beginning, do listen out for the messages, because so often they can resonate with us. And I was told at the beginning that the messages coming through would also resonate with others. The work I do, if you have a look at my website, all the details are in the comments below. I do many modalities. I'm multitasking, shall we say. So I am a Reiki master, I'm a psychic medium, I'm an executive coach, I'm a chakra dance facilitator. Um, I have just, I'm also a laughter yoga instructor. What else do I do? I do many things. So how I tend to work with clients is they like to come to me, um, and where I can bring everything to bear rather than just something specific. So when I do, and I work long term with clients to help them bring about real transformative stages in their life, okay, real transformation. So I will start off with a reading. We'll look at where their life is, and then through coaching, we can then start working towards something, and then healing comes in as part of that as well. Everything I do is some form of healing, but I am a Reiki master as well. So, but I also do angelic healing. I've always worked with the angelic realms. So we find, so I charge by the a period of time rather than the type of thing that I do. So some people come for me for normally 2 or 3 hours, and we do a whole session, which can bring in everything, and then we can really get some really good change. So details are in there. Please go and look at my website. You can see all the things I do. And let's have a look at Jessica. Okay, straight away, Jessica, as I link into you, I've got you in a maze. You know, when somebody's in one of these tall mazes with the really high hedges, and you just don't know, and you're just getting a bit panicky, and you're just feeling totally lost in there. All right. So straight away, my darling, I just want to just bring some healing to you here. Please just take a few deep breaths with me at the moment. You just need to stop. All right. And you're going to be helped to find your way out. Okay? So I want to say that to you straight away. It's like your heart is really racing. I feel very tight here in my chest and my throat with you. Okay? So please, let's just take a deep breath. And again, all of you. I send you all so much love and healing here. Okay, if I could just ask you, Jessica, just please keep just gentle, slow, deep breaths. Don't want you hyperventilating, just gentle, deep breaths. And I'm being shown your guide is with you, taking you by the hand, and he's showing you your way out of the maze. All right, because I feel a lot of how you're feeling so lost is an emotional feeling. All right, so I'm going to look into it a bit deeper, but I just want to say that straight away is where your main block is you're letting that sense of panic and feeling lost. It's the mind taking over. It's when the ego takes over, telling you you've got something to be frightened of. Okay, so this is where using lots of mindfulness techniques can really help us to just focus. Just want you to just bring your breath down into your heart area if you can. Great way of doing that is as you breathe in, see like you've got a light in your head here, the energy, and then you just bring it as you breathe out. It comes down through your throat chakra into your heart to be calmed. Okay, just feel that's really important for you at the moment. Okay, it's almost like your head is buzzing so much you can barely take in what I'm saying. It's all right, so it's really important that we just breathe a bit here. Okay, then I can make a better connection for you, my darling. I just had shouted in my ear there by my guides, Jessica, it's going to be okay. All right, that's not a trite thing that they're just saying. It's going to be okay. All right, right. Okay. I'm sensing you'd want a card from the middle here. Ah, now I know why they're bringing that in. Okay, right. Now I know why I was getting the messages I was, because straight away you've got surrender to wonder and awe. Okay, isn't that beautiful? And I'm feeling again, it's like they're trying to bring you down out of the outer stratosphere. I feel you've allowed the stress to just take you, so you're like so frazzled. I feel your aura is just like jangled, and I'm just trying to smooth it for you here. All right, just want to just relax you a bit. And I'm going to read you what it says on this card because I think it's important. And it's pretty much what I was saying earlier, but it's open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. So it's another one about just allowing yourself to flow more, because the thing that keeps us trapped, you've got to surrender your ego. Okay. Now, the ego, we talk about it in our world as, oh, that person's got a big ego. Okay. The ego is actually the part of us that wants to keep us safe. So it says, oh, you don't want to go in there because that's dangerous. Oh, I wouldn't take that job because, oh, no, you don't want that change. No, you don't want to move there because that's not good for you either. But what it ends up doing if we let the ego rule and not connect to the divine side of ourselves, if we let the ego take over, then we tend to hold ourselves back, we miss opportunities, we can reject people because of it. Whereas the minute we work more on connecting to our divine self within us and connecting to working on connecting to spirit, but connecting to that divinity within you, then we can walk much more in seeing. And this is what I feel the message is for you, is then you open to that sense of wonder. So it's almost like the advice I want to give to you is today, well, it's your evening, so tomorrow, but even before you go to bed, just say to yourself, what are the things that you've seen today that give you a sense of wonder and awe? For me, that's seeing the sunrise. The fact it rises every morning. And that gives us a sense of security. The minute we start to put our faith just in something like that, it starts to shut the ego off. So it's like, yeah, but the sun rises in the morning and I'll have faith in that. And then going out listening to the birds sing, looking at nature around you, looking at what brings you wonder. Look at the faces of the people you love. I'm getting animals around you for some reason. So looking into the face of our animals, but it can be much gentler things than that. The breeze on your face, it's opening. I feel again, it's opening your crown and your heart to the sense of wonder of everything that's around you. Okay? Because again, you've got here surrender to prayer. So this feels like a need for you to get much more connected out of your head, away from that fear-based ego thinking, and connecting more with the beauty and the wonder of everything else around you. Connecting to spirit. Don't have to be religious to pray. Asking for help, just saying thank you, can give a prayer of thanks. But don't be frightened to ask for help. Okay, that beautiful picture. Okay, and for some reason I'm seeing a similarity. I feel that that's your beauty as well. All right. Okay. I'm just going to pull one more for you here. The angel cards, I just want to give you. Okay. They're just giving it this same message. This is what I love about it. I'm using all different cards here. I'm linking in psychically and through my guides. And so they just keep confirming the same message for you. Trust the universe. Have more trust, more faith. Connect to spirit more if you can. Come away from the thing with when we get trapped in that ego mind. You know, it's still an important part of us. It helps us be more logical thinking, but we can get trapped in that. And I feel it's that whole thing with fear. I mean, I'm sure you know, lovely way. Fear stands for FEAR, false evidence appearing real. Okay, it's asking yourself the question when you feel overwhelmed and fearful. Ask yourself the question straight away. Is this true? Is this true for me? And that makes us stop and think. And then ask yourself, is this really true for me? You ask it again. Is this true? Is this really true? And then the third question, how would I feel if this was not in my life? If this thought was not in my life? And then we realized that we would feel so much better if we just took that fear-based thought away. And then it allows us to trust in the universe more, have more faith, and then have more faith in ourselves, because we're then seeing. It's like you've got very dingy glasses on and then you take them off and then all of a sudden you see the sun come out. All right, so it just feels for me, my love, that you need to do your best, step at a time, but take those grubby glasses off and start to see the world in a slightly different way. And then all of a sudden the world looks different, we feel different, we release different hormones into our life. Laugh more. Now, here's the thing. Many of you might say, well, I haven't got much to laugh about. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm a laughter yoga instructor. Okay, and the scientific evidence is that the more we use pretend laughter or fake laughter, and we do that through breathing, that's the yoga bit. The actual body, our body and mind, doesn't know the difference. And if we laugh for a sustained period of time, 10-15 minutes, that then becomes real. But our body is already releasing the hormones, the happy hormones, the endorphins, the dopamine. And so we're lifted. So sometimes we have to step out of our comfort zone. And I'm telling you this because I feel, Jessica, and for others of you, I feel that this is what you need to do. It's stepping outside your comfort zone. Try some things to help lift you, because sometimes, we can sort of say, oh yeah, look, there's a lovely day out there, but I've decided I'm going to stay and be lost. And we've got to take that step. We've got to open ourselves to saying, yes, this is beautiful. Aren't I lucky to be alive? There's a very wise man to help lift you, because sometimes, we can sort of say, oh yeah, look, there's a lovely day out there, but I've decided I'm going to stay and be lost. And we've got to take that step. We've got to open ourselves to saying, yes, this is beautiful. Aren't I lucky to be alive? There's a very wise man who I heard him speak, and he said, if you just wake up in the morning and say, oh, thank you, I'm alive. Because he said, many aren't. And if we can just start with that, be grateful that we're alive, and then we start to open to more of the wonder. And I feel that you will easily start to, I'm just being shown you guided out of the maze. All right. That's almost self-imposed. That's the fear going on, because it's almost like the universe wants to deliver. It's like they've got all these parcels for you waiting to come. I'm being shown like the postman's waiting to come, but you're not opening the door. All right. And sometimes we have to take responsibility that we are holding off the abundance that wants to come into our life. And that's what I'm being shown. This abundance wants to come into your life, but the mind is keeping it away from you, if that makes sense. So I'm going to also pull you an affirmation, that this may help you. Okay. Okay, right. Okay, well, this makes sense. Okay, well, once I'll read you both sides. These are great cards, these, so you might want to write this down. I trust myself and the process of life. So that sums it all up, doesn't it? We're back to that trusting again. Sometimes we just have to trust. And work using lots of techniques, several I've talked about, to help us get out of that busy, what we call our monkey mind, which can not always be telling us the truth. And on the other side, this is beautiful. The moment I am willing to change, it is amazing how the universe brings me what I need. That sums up exactly the reading that you've been getting. The moment I am willing to change, it is amazing how the universe brings me what I need. Isn't that fantastic? And that's what I mean. It's the parcels, the abundance is wanting to come into you. It's wanting to deliver, but we need to change. I feel that you need to make those changes, start to make that change. And as I say, I do know, this is why I say that I don't often feel a reading is enough, because a reading will tell you what's going on in your life at the moment. It will tell you where you're going. I very much specialize in I'm very much a transformational coach, and I like to look at why people are stuck and how to create the life they want. So sometimes we can get all this information from a reading. So I can give you a deep reading, but then I find clients are then sent off by any medium or psychic into the world, and it's like, well, that's all well and good, but they don't make any change because they're not sure how to go about it, which is why I like bringing together all the different gifts that I have and actually help people to take it from there. And then when I do a session with a client, I will then obviously be using my psychic and mediumship skills as well at each time. But at the end of the day, we can be told all this stuff, but if we don't get any support in how to now take those steps and how to make change, then we often don't go anywhere with it, and we go away, and then we wait and we have another reading. But we have to take action. So that's the most important thing. So just one more for you. Wow, that's what wants to come into your life. There you go, just confirming. joy and stability. Look at that beautiful picture. When I said about looking up to the sun, that's what wants to come into your life. That's the abundance that wants to come to you. But you got to let it. All right. So we can be told many wonderful messages of what spirit wants to bring in, what the universe wants to bring in, what God, however you refer to that which is bigger than us. But remember, we have that divinity within ourselves as well. So we have the power to actually bring about that change, but you don't need to go on that journey alone. So I'm realizing I have gone over, so it's nearly 1:45. Thank you. As I say, please, as I said before, there are some trolls on here. They are people that are riding on the backs of other people who want to get out there and make it work. So please be careful. They are not invited. They are burglars, if you like, coming in to where they're not invited. All right, so be discerning. They haven't paid to be here. So please be very discerning in who you trust. All right, so I think I will do, let's go way over, shall we? Because I'm told there is no one after me, so I will do one more. Da, da, da. Thank you for those people that are blocking the trolls. Thank you. Tell you what, here's the best way to block people that are coming on to someone else's show who has paid to be here, okay, is just ignore them. Just shut the door on them yourself, okay? So if it's not my name, it's not from me, all right? So this is where we need to take some personal responsibility, all right? We need to take some personal responsibility, and that is by deciding and being discerning who we speak to, who we watch, what media we allow in, all right, where we put our attention. And if there is someone who is being dishonest, which is what these people are at the end of the day, they're not paying for themselves, so they like to coerce, they like to jump on the hard work of others. And it's up to you to make that decision to ignore. All right, so that is a test spirit give us all the time, to be discerning. We have big choices, huge choices of, wow, the amount of information out there. We have to be discerning about what we watch. I don't watch the news at all. Okay, the news gets to you. I keep aware, but I certainly don't involve myself in the drama. Okay, so oh, Margaret, sorry, have you gone? I was just going to pick on you, Margaret, but it looks like you've gone. Oh, it jumps up. Tammy, are you still with me? I've been drawn to you, so. Okay, Tammy. Right, take a couple of deep breaths, my love. Let's see if you're still here, but I'm linking in with your energy anyway, so. Wow, do you have a wonderful smile? I immediately get that you light up the lives of people around you. I can't see if you have a picture here. Very, very tiny. Sorry, I can't see. I need stronger glasses, I think. But I'm immediately getting that you have a wondrous energy. All right. Okay, right. What they're showing me here is, however, behind that smile is often a lot of your own pain, that you mask it with a smile. Okay, don't want to mention the word masks again. Okay, but you mask it with So it's almost like I'm feeling here that you do a lot for everyone else, running around after everyone else, sorting everyone else's problems, everyone coming to you. I'm just seeing and they're drawing me, wrong hand again. I have to remember this, like a mirror, isn't it? This, they're drawing me to all the leaves on this tree behind me, and they're saying, you do that, you're always helping everybody else. But I'm feeling a bit with you, my love, that you're pretty exhausted. All right, and I want to go, whoa, I'm really putting up a stop sign here. Both hands, stop for a minute. All right, you need to take a step back because I'm being shown that your tank is running a bit on empty. All right. Oh, bless you. Okay. Okay, let's see what the issue is going on here. Okay, there you go. As I said, Spirit I loved them to confirm it with me. Surrender to sleep and rest. Sorry, rest and sleep. There you go. There's your confirmation. You really need to take care of your health. All right, you need to just say no for a minute. Okay, and I immediately got, they won't like me saying that. I just got saying in my ear here, she won't like you saying that she needs to say no. But, okay, rather than say no to everybody, can I ask that you would just, okay, if you don't want to say totally no, they're saying you have a real problem saying no. Okay, so sorry, I'm laughing here because they're going, no, she won't be happy doing that. So what I'd like you to do is at least put people off. Because here's the thing, you can't give from an empty well. All right. So if you're in your car and it's running low on fuel, all right, the little orange light comes on. This happened to me the other day. And I used this in one of, I say, if you want to look up my Mel's morning musings, and I use it as an example because if you are running your car on those dregs, we know that it's bad for the car. So I've been told by many a mechanic. But I rush about and then I go, oh, look, I need fuel. Okay. And this is what I'm feeling you're doing to your body. You're running about and then your tank is on empty and you're working on the dregs. All right. That won't work for long. Okay. So before the engine starts to splutter and okay, and then you feel you've got to rest and sleep. So they are asking you, please, pretty please, will you look after yourself? Please. All right. So take some time out. Please give yourself a day. I want you to say, I promise I will give myself a full day off. But you need to do this more regularly. All right. Because if you don't, then all of a sudden you have to rest, then you can't help anybody. So is it not better to make sure, as they say, as I was told, keep the car well maintained and then you can keep driving and then you can give lifts to other people. Well, we can't give lifts to other people at the moment. Don't know what's going on where you are. We've just gone into full lockdown again. So, okay. The other thing you've got here is surrender your attachment to results. So I feel that sometimes, I feel that with a situation that you've been, I feel this is something you're helping someone else with. All right. I do feel this is a situation that you're helping someone else with. And you're getting impatient for them. It's like you want to make everything good happen for everybody else. And then you get caught up in their life thinking, so it's almost like they give you their problem and then you worry about their problem more than they worry about their problem. Is that true? It's like that you take the burden off them and then you're carrying their burden. I can just see it's like all these rocks piling up on this big backpack on your back. You know when the people used to carry coal, they're showing me sort of someone that used to carry those big sacks of coal, they're weighed down, or when they show those poor donkeys with all the bricks in the, and they're really weighed down. This is what you're doing in taking on so many people's problems. Okay, you can help someone, but we're not here to save anyone. We have to allow people their own journey so we can walk beside them and help them, but we mustn't take that from them because that's their journey. All right, so it feels like, listen to someone, You offer your help and advice, whatever it is you're doing for them, but then you must step away because then it's their journey. Okay, it would be the equivalent of me talking to all of you and then saying, right, okay, I'm going to do it all for you. Well, then you wouldn't have a life to lead. All right, that's very important that we're on our own path. Okay, so please do take heed of that. All right. And you've also got ease and grace. It's all about, I feel I want to put a Y on the end. Easy and graceful is what I'm being told here. All right. You need to take it easy. So I would like to now pull a card for all of you. All right, just to be moving on with and let you all go to bed. So I've gone way over. Okay. So I'm just going to give you a card for all of you to be going forward. So I hope you do join me again. As I say, my details are in the comments below. If you wish to see me almost daily, then I do something called Mel's Morning Musings on my page and on my profile. I only use my profile for these and my business. So please come and join me. And please, to those people that are piggybacking on my channel, please don't come again. You're not welcome. All right, so I wish you well and I bless you and I wish you much success. But go and do your own work, or booking to your own channel would be good. Okay. Right, let's see the message for all of you before we go. So we got someone at Hamzat. Okay, you're messaging people for readings. You're not welcome, my love. Okay, this is, you're acting like a burglar. You're not welcome. If you wish to do readings for people, please pay for your own channel. Okay, and I bless you. Right, for everybody. Because I am being told here by my guides that when you act in that way, you are working with a lack of integrity. So for anyone that wishes to go to someone with a lack of integrity, that is the energy that will come with your reading. Okay. Oh, and they're saying you're dishonest. Sorry, just passing that on. Okay, everybody, let's see what they've got. Lovely. Okay. So what we have here, Mother, Father, God. Okay. Now I use this phrase. I feel that there is a need for all of us to put some trust in something bigger than ourselves. And because the next card that comes is the divine plan, trusting that we are all held, we are all where we're meant to be. And I love the affirmation that I say daily. I am always in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. And in order to do that, we first of all have to accept ourselves. We have self-acceptance here. Love yourself because you are so lovable. You are a divine being of light. You are not the labels that everyone has put on you since you were born. You may have put on yourself. You are a divine being of light. And you are so loved. Allow that love. Try looking yourself in the mirror and saying those words, I love you. And it may feel very, very difficult to start with. But that helps bring to the surface what we truly feel. And the more we say it, the more we'll begin to believe it. And it's back to that journey again. that sometimes we need some support on that journey, to let go of that baggage that we're carrying, those belief systems that no longer serve us. That's what's going on in the world at the moment. It's time to come into our true divinity, our wonderful, bright light selves. So let your light shine, please. Thank you so much for being with me. It has been an absolute pleasure and an honor to be with you and serve you tonight. So I will see you next week. I look forward to it. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support, and I will see you soon. I've gone way over half an hour. Oops. But I was told that was okay because there's no one after me. So it's very late where you are now. And so I hope you all sleep well. I ask for protection and healing for all of you. And have a wonderful, blissful sleep. Take care.